Welcome back to another MobileSentrix tips and tricks. My name is Derek, and today I'm going to be working on something that I haven't seen in quite some time, and that is the iPod Nano 7th Gen. What's crazy to me is these are still valued between $100 and $150 in good condition. This one needs a battery replacement because it's not lasting long, but I'm going to show you, if I can remember, how to replace the battery. Let's get into the video. Man, this is a throwback to the past. We've got an iPod Nano 7th Gen. I used to work on these all the time. They're intricate little buggers, but they're fun to work on as well. So this is kind of a throwback to the past because I haven't worked on one of these in a while. The first thing that we got to do is pop off this little plastic bracket. So let's warm it up for a minute so we can pop that off. And the whole point of this is for the battery replacement. Just show you what that battery looks like while we wait for that to warm up. Nice little slim battery with 3 little solder joints. All right, that's pretty warm. Let's see if we can slide in here. These like to deform. There, get in there. There's this little antenna here that likes to stick onto the white piece, so you got to make sure you get behind it and separate it. And then we should be able to pop that away. Now we've got a screw we can take out. Next, I'm going to carefully peel up this little antenna here, and it'll pull out that plastic piece. Now we have access to 2 little screws on the inside. Let's go ahead and take those both out. Now that both of those screws are out, we can start removing the screen. So we'll put this on the heat mat and let it warm up. All right, we don't need to leave it on there crazy long to start the process. So what we're gonna do is gently get in here and pry up a little bit. As you can see, it almost wants to just start to come away now that we've removed those screws. And I've just held down the power button on accident, so it's turning on. And you want to make sure along the side that the metal piece is coming up with it. Sometimes it likes to bend and get stuck below. So we're going to do that on both sides, pulling out the entire display. And we'll gently lift it up a little bit. You don't want to pull it all the way off because of the little flex cables that are down inside there. And then we'll put a little bit of tension on the top. You can see it start to want to separate there. You can see how much give there are in those flex cables because of the design. Just be careful not to tear them when you pull it out. And there, and the top will release. Inside we've got 2 little connectors. Go ahead and get on the edge of them and pop them up. And then this will fold up and out like that, giving us access to the battery and the solder joints. All right, so here under the microscope, you can see the joints for the battery. You got this kind of goop covering up the solder joints, so let's just pull that away. Add a little bit of flux. Take my soldering iron, and we'll desolder it. Just like that. Alright, now that we have that desoldered, I'm going to grab this little tab here and we're going to give it a firm, slow tug. And we see it slowly starting to separate. You can see the adhesive down in there. Now you may end up, if this isn't working or you don't have this little pull tab, you may just need to pry on the battery. Try not to puncture the cell lining. You can take a pry tool, for example, and you could pry against it. And it'll eventually pop off. And we'll do the same on the other side. just like that. Take our new battery, and I'm just going to put it back in the place of the other one. Let it stick to the old adhesive there. And we'll go and solder it. Now you could solder it first and line it up, but I like to put it in the position that I want it to stay in, and then go and solder it, because we do have that mobility here. All right, so we've got the new battery. Just gonna fold out the flex a little so we can have better access to it. This is gonna be really simple. 3 solder joints. We just line them up just like that. Add a teeny tiny bit of flux, just like that. Take our soldering iron, and without burning ourselves, we just pull the solder up and through each one of these holes. Kind of got it pinned with one, so now I'll move my finger so I don't burn it, and we'll push down on the flex. There we go, just flattening out the flex. Got all the joints on there. Take some flux cleaner. You can use isopropyl alcohol as well. Q-tip, and I'm just going to clean up the flux. Like that. Now previously it just had some almost like a hot glue on it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of UV mask. You can use really any glue, maybe not that much. Not that it's going to do anything, but you can use a piece of Captain tape, whatever, but this is only going to take me a few seconds. And we'll cure it with a UV light. Alright, and there we go. Let's just take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and just go over the surface of that. Make sure it's nice and solid. Nice. Alright. Let's go put it back together. Now that we have it soldered on, let's turn it on. We got a full charge. Alright, so to close it back up, really simple. We just angle it in to the top. Give it a little wiggle till it fits like that. And then we'll gently push down the sides. Until it goes all the way in like that. And keeping a little bit of compression on it. We will put back the 2 screws until they're tight. Take our plastic piece, gently wedge it back in there, put back that screw, gently fold the antenna down. Alright, we'll remove that adhesive to give us as much clearance so that we can get it as flush as possible. I'm also going to check for adhesive on this side. Looks like we got a little bit. Pop that off. Alright, so we're going to get out some glue here. And we're just going to kind of glob it onto the back of the antenna here, and then a little bit around the border. Take our plastic piece, stick it back on, take a cloth, and I'm going to wipe off the excess, and then just for a little bit of pressure, hold that in place for the next 20 minutes or so. Just throw a rubber band around it a few times, and that'll keep the pressure on it, keep it nice, flush, looking good, so when it cures, it's as if I've never been in there. And right now, before that glue dries, is the best time to get rid of any of the residue of it. So and that way it'll be perfect when we take the rubber band off. There we go. And there we go. We got a new battery installed. Should last all day now. It's a very quick repair. Shouldn't take more than 15-20 minutes. Take your time because it's a sensitive little bugger. If there's anything that you'd like to see in a future video, leave it in the comments below. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you in the next video.